We begin with a sad development and in Kaduna State where the sector command of Federal Road Safety Corps says 6 persons died and 11 others sustained injuries in a road crash on the Kaduna Zaria Expressway on Tuesday. The sector commander, Kabir Nadabo, told newsmen in Kaduna State that the multiple accident was caused by speeding and dangerous driving, which resulted in the temporary halting of movement of motorists. He, however, said the road was now free and clear for movement, explaining that the rescue team of Zebra 35 Rigachikun responded promptly to the scene and conducted the rescue. Nadabo added that most of the road traffic crashes on the highway were caused by motorists, not from Kaduna State, but mostly from other states, primarily due to fatigue. He stated that as the lead agency in transport management and road safety, the FRSC was saddened by these unfortunate but avoidable incidents. He called on the stakeholders, particularly the transport unions, to help reach out to their drivers on the need to be safety conscious. And now to Lagos State. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State took action against motorcycle riders flouting traffic rules by traveling in the wrong direction along the Lagos-Badagry Expressway. A viral video on social media captured the governor stopping his convoy to confront the errant riders. Upon spotting the governor, the riders hastily dispersed, abandoning their motorcycles and passengers. Sanwo-Olu's team managed to apprehend 5 violators. In one video, the governor addressing a rider highlighted the risks associated with such behavior, emphasizing the importance of responsible actions on the road.
That's even the more reason I'm going to lock you up. That's even the more reason you're telling me you're a soldier. That's even the more reason I'm going to lock you up. Get right there. Sorry, sir. Get in down there. Very sorry, sir. This boy, you're telling me you're a soldier. Just take 4 of them. Yeah, lock him up. Telling me you're a soldier.
Away from Lagos State, abductors of the chairman of Akwanga Local Government Council, Safiyanu Andaha, and his friend Adamu Umar Tanko have demanded for 50 million naira as ransom. A family source who preferred anonymity on Tuesday said the kidnappers have commenced negotiations with family members of those kidnapped. The Akwanga Local Government chairman was kidnapped on New Year's Day alongside his bosom friend and philanthropist Adamu Umar Tanko, popularly called Adamu Custom. The special advisor to the Nasarawa State Governor on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Haruna Kasimu, who confirmed the incident on Monday, however, said the victims were kidnapped at Ningo village on the Akwanga and Daha road at about 8:30 p.m. Earlier, we heard live via Zoom Trust TV reporter from Nasarawa Umar. Let's hear what he had to say.
As of yesterday, at about 8 p.m., the abducted Akwanga local government chairman and others were actually coming out of when they went out to see a friend. On their way coming back, that was when they were ambushed. And the kidnappers came from nowhere, kidnapped them, and took them to unknown destination. However, when I contacted the police public relations officer, it was actually switched off. And when I eventually tried to get across to him, he picked his call as at the time of filing the report. And this is the situation for now. Okay. And this morning, the kidnappers actually contacted the family, demanding for 50 million ransom. They have not been spoken to directly. But the kidnappers actually established a contact with the family members. On Thursday night, 20th December 2023, in some feeling bandits kidnapped 2 people, in the process killed 2 people at a spot. But the police, National State Police Command, on 29th December, issued out a statement saying they have actually rescued a lecturer attached to the Department of Biochemistry at Nasarawa State University. And they were not able to tell us if really these people were actually killed by the kidnappers.
Away from the security matter in Nasarawa State, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the immediate suspension and investigation of Halima Shehu, the National Coordinator and Chief Executive Officer of the National Social Investment Program Agency, over alleged financial malfeasance. With the suspension and investigation into the allegations, Akindele Egbualo, the National N-Power Program Manager, has been appointed in acting capacity as NC and CEO pending the conclusion of the investigation. The Nigerian government has suspended the evaluation and accreditation of degree certificates from Benin Republic and Togo. Recall that a Nigerian online platform, Daily Nigerian, had reported that its reporter bagged a degree certificate within 1 month without attending classes and examinations. Reacting to the report on Tuesday, the Federal Ministry of Education, in a statement by one Augustina Obilo Duru, on behalf of the Director, Press and Public Relations, said the decision followed an investigative report by Daily Nigerian newspaper on how a Daily Nigerian reporter bagged Cotonou University degree in 6 weeks. The federal government lamented that some Nigerians deploy nefarious means and unconscionable methods to get a degree with the end objective of getting graduate job opportunities for which they are not qualified. According to the statement, the suspension persists pending the outcome of an investigation involving the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Education of Nigeria and the two countries, as well as the Department of State Security Services and the National Youth Service Corps. The Minister of Interior, Olubimi Tunji Ojo, on Monday confirmed that the passport application automation process will begin operation on January 8, 2024. The minister had announced in December that the federal government was working to ensure a full automation system of passport application in the country. At the time, the minister said the automated application system was 99% done, adding that the process would include uploading passport photos and supporting documents. Meanwhile, Ojo, while inspecting facilities of the Nigeria Immigration Service in Abuja, alongside the Comptroller General of the service, Wuraola Adekboju, on Monday, confirmed that Nigerians will be able to apply and complete their passport application process online without human contact. The minister said the ministry has commenced the training process that will lead to the live launching of the automation. The National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration and Control has rolled out strategies to help micro, small and medium enterprises survive the temporary economic fallouts occasioned by the fuel subsidy removal. The Director General of the agency, Mojisola Adeyeye, disclosed this in a statement issued to newsmen on Monday in Abuja by NAFDAC media consultant Olusayo Akintola. Adeyeye said the new set of strategies was targeted to help MSMEs survive the economic situation from the fuel subsidy removal and to enhance the ease of doing business in Nigeria. She added that the agency had reviewed downward the present administrative charges for late renewal of NAFDAC-regulated products to make the business environment more investment-friendly in a quick response to the realities of the time. And now to Enugu State. The Enugu State Fire Service says it saved goods worth millions of naira during a New Year Eve fire that broke out at Oba International Market in Udenu local government area. The director of Enugu State Fire Service, Okudiri Oha, who made this known on Monday in Enugu, said the timely intervention of officers and men of the service prevented the fire from affecting the entire market. The director, who could not ascertain the cause of the fire, said the State Fire Service operatives deployed 2 trucks that put out the fire in record time. A resident of Oba community, where the market is domiciled, Sunday Eze, said shops affected are those selling foams, gallons, drinks, provisions, and other materials. This is the news update on Trust TV. Still ahead, we'll take a look at how Nigerians react to President Tinubu's New Year message address. Details of this story and more to come after the break. Don't go away.
We started manufacturing leather since 1958. But the most important thing is that if the system is checked correctly, we won't have where we are now.
If somebody has depression, they may just be very irritable and unproductive in the office. So you find on average already about 1 in 4, 1 in 5 Nigerians already have a mental illness, a mental health condition that needs some form of attention.
No matter how good an economy is, if the federal government goes bust, believe me, everything in the economy is just a matter of time it will go bust. So first of all, about maybe slightly above, below 70% is in federal government securities.
If government has banned importation of fertilizer and states are doing it at the level of governance, but I believe that production and distribution of fertilizer should be left to the private sector.
This is the general multi-purpose card and it has a chip here. So this chip is about 80 kilobytes. The one that you get from the bank for ATM is just 4 kilobytes. So this is like 20 times.
Should I keep quiet? And then we kept saying, can't we teach these people basic business, not hustling? Teach our people entrepreneurship, not hustling. Go to China, Guangzhou, different districts. They can turn fair. Am I saying what you don't know?
So this about this.
Yeah, but this time around we are talking about appointment of ministers, where there is an express provision in the constitution as regards that.
Let's come to appointment. You know, it is the status of FCT that the constitution has made it too complicated for people to understand.
However, if you are to go backwards and do a kind of audit, you will be shocked to find that the resources so far expended on the SDGs far outstrips the achievements face to face.
Most of the time when you are involved, it's difficult for you to draw back and have a holistic view, because what? Sentiment would always come to play, because all of us would definitely, I had, like I told you yesterday, I was 100% convinced that you cannot say you are qualified without bringing any document.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying. If you're just joining us, this is the Trust TV News Update. And let's take a look at a recap of some of our top stories. You heard that 6 dead, 11 injured in Kaduna Zaria auto crash. Plus, President Tinubu suspends National Coordinator of NSIPA over corruption. Moving on to more stories, and now to Taraba State. The state governor, Agbu Kefas, has pardoned 31 inmates in correctional centers across the state. In a statewide broadcast to mark the new year, Governor Kefas said the decision reflects his administration's commitment to justice, compassion, and belief in the transformative power of rehabilitation. Governor Kefas, who maintained that his dedication to the peace, unity, and development of Taraba State is unwavering, also assured the people of addressing and overcoming security challenges in the state head-on. He called on residents of the state to foster unity, embrace progress, and work hand in hand with the government for the betterment of the state. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2024 New Year broadcast has elicited mixed reactions from Nigerians who are responding to the promises made amidst economic crisis and a soaring cost of living. The president, in his address, has vowed to address and enhance the nation's economy. Ibrahim Ismail samples the public's reaction to the president's message.
As Nigerians grapple with the daunting challenges highlighted in the 2024 New Year presidential address, the content appears sadly familiar to many.
I hear the groans of Nigerians.
The nation is caught in a web of economic turmoil marked by the inflation and a high cost of living, amplifying the complexity of daily life. For the youth, the foremost concern remains the staggering rate of unemployment.
So many youths are jobless. They need to come out and then plan a very good scheme that will put people out of, uplift Nigerian youths out of poverty.
Yes, I want the government to empower, to create a skill acquisition, like empower the youth, give them the finances, a little money to start a business, so that to enable them stand on their own. That one would be good.
The National Bureau of Statistics reveals that the unemployment rate in the second quarter of 2023 stood at 4.2%, indicating a 0.1% increase from the preceding quarter. This statistic underscores the struggles faced by many Nigerian graduates who find themselves without employment opportunities.
Employ people there, all those graduates, that they should have work. They should have what doing, so that they will not be uselessing themselves.
What Nigeria needed more is improving the standard of living. If there is any policy that will help to improve the standard of living, I think that would be better. Taking for instance, the cost of living in Abuja is very high, like the house rent. So most people live in the villages just like this. Like Nigeria is more focused on importations. And if we focus more on like maybe our resources, which I'm kind of a little bit happy about the refineries that are going on, because these are our resources being taken out of the country to refine, which is taking employment out of the country to giving it to other people. So if we focus on production, I think it will improve employment opportunity in the country.
While President Tinubu's promise to address unemployment and ensure macroeconomic stability in the coming year offers a glimmer of hope, the ultimate fulfillment of these assurances remains uncertain. As the nation awaits tangible actions, the plight of the unemployed echoes as a pressing concern for the populace. Only time will reveal the extent to which these promises translate into positive change for the Nigerians. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Home Office of the United Kingdom on Monday announced that it had commenced the implementation of its policy banning Nigerian students and other overseas students from bringing in dependents via the study visa route. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, the Home Office reiterated that only those on postgraduate research or government-sponsored scholarship students will be exempted from the development. In May 2023, the United Kingdom put in place a law to stop Nigerian students and others studying in the UK from bringing family as dependents except under specific circumstances. This is as the UK government aims to bring down immigration into the country, which stands at about 1 million. Under the new rule, the UK will remove the permission for international students to switch out of the student route into work routes before their studies have been completed to prevent misuse of the visa system. The Home Office also said there will be a review of the maintenance requirement for students and dependents and a crackdown on unscrupulous education agents who make use of inappropriate applications to sell immigration and not education. We'll go on a quick break now. We'll be back shortly.
Rise of Africa, stand and make sure that our people are understand.
And the story of the OAU can be told and retold. It cannot be denied that it made a contribution to the process of decolonization of the continent in many ways.
Ethiopia is where it is today in no small part because of the tireless efforts of the African Union and the wisdom of its deeply held belief in the principle of African solution to African problems.
The bulk of African countries were under colonial rule in 1945. So they did not take part in the negotiations that established the Bretton Woods institutions.
So Cameroonians are anxious, Cameroonians are impatient, Cameroonians are like, oh, many of the guys are not talking today. You can read it all over the social media.
Egypt has officially declined to accept fleeing Palestinians for fear that the more Palestinians you accept across the border into Egypt, the more trouble there may be for the country in the nearest and farthest future.
Welcome back. And on the foreign scene, in a harrowing incident at Tokyo's Haneda Airport, a Japan Airlines plane identified as JAL 516 erupted in flames upon landing on Tuesday evening. Disturbing footage from NHK displayed flames emerging from the windows and beneath the aircraft, with the runway itself catching fire. 5 people who were on board the Coast Guard plane have died, according to Japan's transport minister. State broadcaster NHK has also reported 5 dead. The captain escaped but is severely injured, according to reports. It's believed the Coast Guard aircraft, which was taking food to areas hit by Monday's powerful earthquake, collided with the Japan Airlines plane as it landed on the runway. Still on the foreign scene, South Korean opposition leader Lee Jae-myung has been airlifted to a hospital in Seoul after a man stabbed him in the neck during a visit to the southeastern port city of Busan. Lee, who heads the main opposition Democratic Party, was stabbed on the left side of his neck by a man who surged out of the crowd as he was walking with journalists on Tuesday morning. Emergency officials have said he is not in a critical condition, although his exact status is unknown. Pictures in South Korean media showed Lee, 59, lying on his back on the ground with his eyes closed as officials crowded around him and one pressed the cloth against his neck. Medical staff at the latter hospital suspected a damage to a jugular vein that carries blood from the head to the heart. In a televised briefing, senior Busan police officer Son Jae-han said the suspect, aged about 67, told investigators that he bought the 18-centimeter knife online. The suspect has refused to answer police questions about his motives, according to the Daily Busan ILBO. In sports, Rafael Nadal impressed on his long-awaited return after almost a year out with injury as he beat Dominic Thiem at the Brisbane International. Nadal, contesting his first singles match in 349 days, won 75 and 6-1. Spain's 22-time Grand Slam champion has indicated this season will likely be the last of his illustrious career. Wildcard Nadal is using the tournament to prepare for the Australian Open, which starts on 14th January in Melbourne. He will play Australian Jason Kubler, ranked 102, in the last 16 on Thursday. And out of football, Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro on Monday explained that it took the national team's technical crew several weeks of evaluation to arrive at the 25 players they have chosen to represent Nigeria at the forthcoming Africa Cup of Nations. According to Peseiro, The coaches set out to pick the best available players when the Nigeria Football Federation decided that the team would go with only 25 players instead of the 27 allowed for the competition by the Confederation of African Football. The players and the officials are expected from their different stations to Abu Dhabi, UAE on Tuesday for a 6-day training camp, which will see the Eagles play 2 friendly games against Burkina Faso and Democratic Republic of Congo. Pesero said the players chosen from the 41-man list were those that were part of the team from the day he became the national team coach, and some new players who passed all the criteria the technical crew used in selecting the team. On Stanley Nwabali, who is making his debut in the team, he said the goalkeeper was chosen after several analyses of the games he played for his club. The 2024 Africa Cup of Nations will hold in Côte d'Ivoire from January 13 to February 11, 2024. And with that, we've come to the end of the news update at this hour. Remember, you can follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentary. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thanks for your time.